Hello everyone, thanks for pressing play. You are watching a brand new episode of ExcaliburCCGTV, and we are here to talk about great comics hitting the shelf for October 22nd, 2014. Randy, the year has flown by. Got it out of the way. Boom. Another one for me. Hey, it looks a little different. My friend Buzz is back. He sat in for Randy last week, and we decided, hey, let's do it again. We're going to have some fun with this. And I'm glad Randy is back. We are in a new studio space. That's why everything looks a little different. We're going to get that sorted out eventually. You know, we just keep the show rolling because it's really nice having our own space right here at this time. Hopefully that won't change ever in the future. Ever. Ever.
Oh, it's going to.
And Randy's here. He's a little sore, but he made it. He made it for the show.
I'm feeling good right now. What are you talking about?
That's great. Good.
Because you threw your back out last week.
All those meds kicked in.
Threw my back out. No, it's my knee. It's never my back.
It's never that. It's just the knee, huh?
Still got the swollen knee from it all.
That's awesome. Awesome. And guys, listen. Let me go ahead and knock
That's
some.
awesome.
No, an awesome knee swollen. Hey, ExcaliburCCG.com. You can follow what we're doing there. Don't forget that this is a longer episode. The link to the MP3 is down below, so if you want to listen to us on the go, you can do that. Subscribe to us. You can also follow us on Facebook and check out what's going on. We are here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we have our store in Texarkana, Texas as well, so don't forget about that if you are ever up that way.
With our boy Chase.
Say hi to Chase. Chase works up there. When you go up there, you will see his pretty face up there.
A lot prettier than our faces.
Exactly. Exactly.
Speak for yourselves.
But hey, moving into what's going on here, Randy, go ahead and let's talk about a few things here. What do you want to start off with? Announcements
Just
wise.
real quickly here. You guys need to take a look. Start asking your local comic book shop when, what day, because it's not a set day. It's whatever day the comic shop chooses. I think usually most look at the last last Saturday of the October for celebrating the Halloween Fest. That is very similar to the free comic book day, in which there are free comics there for the kids. I think last year was the first year they had tons of comics there, kids oriented. I think this year is going to be a lot more mixture of both there. It was very quiet last year, and I think that was because it's the first time for it.
Right.
And it's how long has Free Comic Book Day been going on now?
Yeah.
And it's exploded at this point in time. So
Exactly.
hopefully this is going to be bigger. Just check with your local shops; they'll have an answer for you. Hopefully on what day they will be celebrating this.
Awesome. Another thing too, we don't have a date set yet, but there might be a sale coming up here pretty soon. So.
Yes, there will.
Start saving your pennies, digging the coins out of your couch, whatever it is, because when we have the mega sale that we do a couple of times a year, it is awesome, and you can save a ton of money getting a ton of stuff. So,
and after you do that, then you save your pennies again so that you have Christmas presents there to spend on or to come up and buy, and then you save your money again. So that in February, you have the Louisiana Con that's going to be going on here.
Exactly.
And you will be able to go and spend those pennies. So spend.
Exactly.
Economy.
Creating jobs. Hey, we had a very cool thing happen to the show this past week. Randy, what do you got there?
We were in the newspaper.
We were newspaper.
Superheroes.
I know, seriously.
We're superheroes that like to stand around or fly away from the action as the city burns. Of course, it kind of looks like maybe we caused it.
Maybe y'all are really super villains.
We never know.
And so they just have that awesome little paper there. Maybe Brad has a picture he can pop up there that's a little easier to see. And we had an inside the paper article about the YouTube show and about the library edition that we did and the convention that's going to be coming up here. So a little bit of everything.
Super, super cool. Special thanks to Brad Campbell, who did the artwork for this for the Times.
That is some sexy art.
It
really
is.
I'm serious.
It really is super cool. He should be getting published somewhere. I mean, seriously, that just really looks super cool and super fun. And special thanks to Michelle from the Times, who came and did the interview with us. We really appreciate it and the exposure. Also, special thanks to bleedingcool.com and Hannah Means Shannon for allowing us to be a part of BleedingCool.com. We really, really appreciate it. We look forward to. I read Bleeding Cool every day, so it's just really cool to be a part of that site and contribute to it.
Late on Wednesdays, so that it doesn't spoil anything. Because of time difference there, it doesn't spoil anything with comics coming out.
Exactly. Hey, and that's it for announcements and things that we want to talk about. We are about to dive into the storylines that we're continuing for October 22nd, and I think I'll just go ahead and start off with the Chris and Buzz one here.
Okay.
Multiversity The Just, #1. What did you think about it when you saw the solicit for that, Buzz?
It looks very interesting. It's going to have the kids of all of your favorite superheroes: Chris Kent, Damian Wayne, Alexis Luthor, Offspring. I'm not entirely sure who that is. Mega Morpho, Donna Troy, and more.
I think Offspring was Plastic Man's.
Oh, really?
I think so.
That's cool. And this world focuses on a time in this world where the superheroes have defeated everything. There's basically no bad guys, no villains, and now it's just a self-consumed, selfie, social media
Teenage world.
Exactly. And we got Grant Morrison writing still, of course, and Ben Oliver on art, who is a fantastic artist. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with this particular issue. But there's a killer lurking in the scenes that may take out these spoiled super children, and we will get to find out with Multiversity The Just #1.
And if he doesn't do it, the ongoing threat of the monstrous deal that's murdering all the universes, maybe he'll get them.
Exactly.
We can only hope.
We can only hope for this particular world.
Yeah.
Randy, what's next for you?
We've got also coming out from, I'm going to switch since there's so much from both of the companies here. We finally figured out what happened to what was the demise of Wolverine or Logan or James Howlett or whatever his name is.
Exactly.
We found out what that was. They now have the miniseries Death of Wolverine, Logan Legacy, coming out #2 of 7 issues here. This one is about X-23 and what happens when she learns about Logan's death. So this is going to be something that he meant a whole lot to her, not just because he was genetic material to make her,
right,
but because he helped her overcome the bloodlust of this killing machine that she was made to be. So it's going to take a look at how it affects her life and her future.
Exactly. Again, from DC, we have Red Lanterns #35. This is the Godhead storyline, and we're taking a look at Guy Gardner. Thank you. Part 5 of Act 1, to be even more specific. But we're looking at Guy Gardner at one of his lowest points after his battle with Atrocitus.
Put the smackdown on him.
Put the smackdown on him. Did you get to read any
of
this?
Yes, I did. Atrocitus, however you say his name.
Yeah.
Took Guy's ring from him, and then Guy took like a whole handful of rings on him and just put the whoop down.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And
was that last issue a part of the Godhead as well?
This wrapped up a whole ongoing series between Guy and him, and they both had their own armies and everything going against each other. And at the very end of the book, Guy just has his ring on a necklace around his neck.
Okay.
He's trying to chill out, he says at the end of it. But apparently, he does a poor job of it. And I believe Simon Baz is supposed to be in that.
Is going to show up. And the new god in this one is Malhedron.
Is this a new character?
I don't recognize the name, so it could be an obscure one.
Okay.
Or it could be a new one. I'm not sure, but Malhedron's going to be the character here. And the big problem with this one is that after all the events that have gone on previously there with all the Red Lanterns, Guy has a bit of a death wish.
Yes, exactly.
He lost a few of them during this past story.
With all that going on with the Atrocitus.
A few of them died.
So check it out, guys. Godhead, Red Lanterns #35 hitting. Buzz, you got one that you're gonna touch on here real quick?
Avengers X-Men Axis #3.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All the heroes seem to disappear in the last issue with these new adamantium sentinels that were created from the mind of Tony Stark, but the Red Skull has Xavier's brain, so he's like, hey,
good idea.
Yeah. So now the Scarlet Witch has to join forces with Doctor Doom, Magneto, the Enchantress, Sabretooth, Deadpool, Loki, Mystique, Jack-O-Lantern, the Absorbing Man, Carnage, and the Hobgoblin. And it says an Avenger quits in this issue, and it says it's the return of one of Marvel's greatest villains. Who do y'all think it's going to be?
Ego, the Living Planet.
He's not a villain.
Nope, I'm going with Asbestos Lady. Look it up, it's real. That was one of the Human Torch's villains. From
Was it really?
Yeah,
That's
back
awesome.
when before they figured out asbestos could kill you. It was flame retardant, so she was the Torch's villain.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hobgoblin, Hobgoblin is going to have the number one of his first 3-part series coming out here, tying in with Axis. This is Roderick Kingsley. This is the original Hobgoblin, and he's back with a brand new mission. I think some of his whole thing going on with some of these villains that they're spotlighting in these miniseries is that maybe they're looking to be actually heroes. So I think that's what we're looking at with this mission. Should be fun, and it has the amazing art of, is it Javier Rodriguez?
Yes.
Man, if you have caught any of his art on Daredevil, that is killer.
Thank you for pointing that out, because I saw the name and I was like, I know I've seen and liked what that guy's done, but definitely Daredevil.
He's going to be huge.
That's great.
And it's written by Robot Chicken writer, Superior Carnage writer, Superior Spider-Man team up, Kevin Schnick.
Yeah.
And so just wrapping up, I don't know if you have those. Do you have the...
You got Spider-Verse.
Okay, well, we have 2 more Axis books here.
Go ahead.
All New X Factor number 15. Washington is burning. It's up to several industries to possibly, or enterprises to possibly put out the fire, but we're not sure if they're going to. And in Deadpool number 36, something big is about to hit Deadpool, and it has everything to do with the Axis.
Awesome. Edge of Spider-Verse continues this week with Amazing Spider-Man number 8. We got Dan Slott and Humberto Ramos. Dan Slott, sorry about that. But we get to take a look at the MC2 Spider-Girl.
Yes.
And also Ms. Marvel and Spider... Is that... Is it Man? Or I thought it was Spider-Ham.
No, it's Spider-Man.
Ms. Marvel and
because
Spider-Man.
they've been teaming up.
I thought it was Spider-Ham, and I thought really excited. I thought Ms. Marvel was teaming up with Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham did show up at the end of that last
Gerard Way.
Yeah,
that's right.
He showed up to get backslash dirt.
Yeah, backslash dirt.
So the thing that you may want to check out with Amazing Spider-Man here, number 8, is I've read something that this may be Mayday Parker's last Spider story here, so we'll see. Let's hope not.
Let's hope not, indeed.
Let's hope not. And finally, we have Avengers number 37, in which there are 7 months.
Time runs out. If you've been reading this, guys, it's been awesome. You need to be reading Avengers and New Avengers, because what they're doing with this Time Runs Out storyline has been fantastic. That's it for the storylines. Buzz, you got anything else to add? Because otherwise, we are moving on, my friend.
I think we're done with the story.
Moving right
Awesome.
on.
And now, that brings us to our question of the week. It is still Halloween, and last week, Buzz and I talked about our favorite horror movie ever. And now this week, the question of the week is simply this. What is the scariest horror movie you've ever seen?
Were you waiting for Randy to finish?
Elaborate on that.
No, this is like, maybe it's the horror movie that you watched and it broke you. You don't want to watch it again. It makes you want to poo your pants. It makes you want to sleep with the lights on.
I can tell you Randy's already.
Drive to your parents' house, climb into bed with them because you're scared. Maybe it was as a kid that all happened. Whatever it might be. I've got
Can
way
I guess
too
yours?
many.
Can I
but
guess?
yeah, what it,
Arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia probably is at the top of the list.
but
there's like Prince of Darkness is one of those that I never saw. But just the trailer that would show on TV as a kid scared me to death. Did not like that. And one of them that like broke something in my mind back in the day in Texas, they would have like 33-hour movie-a-thon and just show tons of horror films. Woke up with Creature from Black Lagoon, and there was something about the old Jack Nicholson black and white Little Shop of Horrors, where at the end he falls into the mouth and the flower opens up with his face on it. It just snapped, and it must have been like and so right after that was The Fly, the Jeff Goldblum.
Okay,
and so tons of things, but Arachnophobia may just top the list there.
Yeah,
I don't do
a scary
horror at all.
situation.
yeah, right, it is.
It's not just a spider; it's a spider that sucks you dry of everything inside of
One
you.
little bite and you're dead.
You're dead.
Yeah.
I've never seen Arachnophobia.
John Goodman's in it. He's the
that's right, he's the
exterminator.
Yeah.
And Jeff Daniels is the main character in it. So.
Really?
Was it
Okay.
Jeff Daniels? I remember John Goodman. But most of this was being.
That's awesome.
So,
What about you, Buzz? What about you?
the guy that can handle films like this.
One that really scared me when I was really little, I was begging my uncle to turn it off, was Salem's Lot. Whenever Barlow pops up on the screen, I was mortified. But as an adult, the movie that I just refuse to watch anymore, even seeing a picture of it.
Let me guess. Spice World.
No.
Okay.
Rami and Michelle's high school. The Exorcist. Anytime I even see a picture of Linda Blair's face, I'm just like, Gah!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
I've never seen the original Exorcist.
Don't watch it. Oh my gosh.
No, I can't.
One of my favorite, though, that I should have mentioned last week is The Last Exorcism.
I don't watch
see
any
that one?
exorcism movies.
Yeah,
I'm
just
with you.
if it says exorcism or exorcist or anything in the title, I'm
Anything
done.
that says
Yeah.
based on a true story, I'm going, I want to know that this is true.
Seriously.
No, that's not real.
For me, it's not. I don't know. It really. I don't really like ever seeing this, and it's not particularly a horror movie, but it scared the crap out of me. Copycat with Sigourney Weaver and Harry Connick Jr.
Oh, I love that film. That's an awesome one.
That freaked
That's where
me.
she has agoraphobia.
Yeah, she's a teacher.
They do have like the freaky scene where she pulls back the covers and the bugs are in the bed.
Yes.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yes, and what really to me is like the creepiest part is Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah.
who plays the serial killer. But the whole movie creeps me out because of how easy it was for the stalker / serial killer to do what he wanted to do throughout the course of the movie.
Yeah.
It was like really close to home, I guess you could say. So that's it for me, guys. You tell us the scary movie that broke you, like Randy said. The one that's like, no, if it's on, turn off the TV or turn off the movie. You tell us below what yours is, so we can talk to you about that in the comments below. And we're gonna move on to some new number ones. We're gonna touch on each of these briefly.
Starting out with, I'm going to go with Deathstroke number 1. This is Tony Daniel here. Guys, it failed with its first run here, no matter how popular the character is. But Tony Daniel has a good track record with handling DC characters, from Detective Comics, then to Superman, Wonder Woman. Now he's with Deathstroke, and all we really get with this is Slade Wilson is in for the fight of his life. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be insane. It's going to be one that a lot of people will want to put on their list.
About for you, Buzz.
I'm going to go with one of my childhood favorite movies here, Edward Scissorhands.
Number 1.
It's going to be a 5-issue series, I believe.
I think so.
This takes place 50 years after the movie ended. I don't know if they mean after he goes back to the castle or after Winona Ryder finishes telling the story to her granddaughter.
Right.
But I'm thinking it's just after he goes back to the castle, because I believe from the description it says the granddaughter meets Edward Scissorhands now, and apparently one of the other experiments that his creator worked on, Edward uncovers and brings to life, and it says there's something missing from him too.
Right. He has to find the missing piece or mistake. Must fix the mistake.
Very cool. Fans of that's like such a cult following for years now. So
great film.
People should like that. Another one that I'm going to be checking out, I've actually already checked out thanks to preview PDFs. It's from Image Comics, Goners number 1 from Jacob Simon and Jorge Corona. This takes a look at the Latimer family. They are a family that are like the last defense against paranormal horrors, and they've been fighting against the paranormal for centuries. That's like their family calling. And this series, in this new number 1 issue, we take a look at 2 Latimer kids who have to face the death of their parents and try to solve the murder, and they are unprepared for what is before them. So I got the chance to read the preview PDFs that Jacob had sent, and I really dug the first issue, so I'll be checking that out.
Cool. I've got, next for me, I'll go with Arkham Manor.
Yes.
Number 1. Is this a new ongoing?
It's going to be a new ongoing.
We know? Yeah. And this is Jerry Duggan's first work at DC, as far as I know. And he's teaming up with Sean Crystal. He's done some work on Wolverine and the X-Men and Deadpool, I believe. So possibly they've worked together before. This we have Gotham must now find a new place to house all of the Kremlin stain after a catastrophic event. Something has stricken the Arkham Asylum. So while this is going on, things become a little more complicated because Batman is now having to look into murders of some of the inmates that are going on there. So,
really?
Who knows? Yeah, who knows what exactly is happening here? I think it looks like that. I don't know if it's going to have kind of the classic Duggan humor that we have with Deadpool, but it looks like it's going to have maybe more of a darker feel to this series.
Very cool, and they're really expanding the Gotham stories. We got Gotham Academy, we've got Arkham Manor, and then we got Gotham by Midnight that'll be coming out soon as well. So
looking forward to that.
They're expanding Gotham out to not just be about Batman, and they're focusing on the city and stuff there. So this is another one you should be checking out.
So now they just need to have Batman in these other titles a little less if they're expanding it.
I know, seriously. Last up for me, we got Predator, Fire and Stone #1. As we've been telling you for weeks now, all these Fire and Stone issues are all connected. They're all interconnected. But we got Josh Williamson writing this.
Yeah.
Of Nailbiter, Ghosted, Captain something, Dark Horse.
Midnight.
Captain Midnight. So you may, if you're fans of his work on those titles. Birthright, exactly. That was a great #1.
It was spectacular.
We're taking a look at the Percys on their journey home. And there's a deadly stowaway on the ship. Of course, if you're familiar with this universe, of course there's a deadly stowaway. Now the crew is going to have to defend themselves against the Predator. And there's other more substantial game that is on the ship. It's not just about the humans. There's something else there that the Predator is after. Did you have another #1, Buzz?
I don't, but now I've got to buy Predator since Joshua Williams is right.
I know, seriously. That's it for the new #1s. You didn't have anything else, right?
Sounds good to me.
That works for us. Moving on to our favorites. These are the books that we look forward to getting and reading first when they come out. But before we proceed with that, spoiler alert, we are going to talk about our favorite from last week. Randy, what was your favorite book from last week?
I think you and I may have the same favorite book from last week, and it's going to be... no.
Yeah, I'm going to get you.
No, Miss Marvel #9 came out.
Oh,
Miss
okay.
Marvel, I want to pick something else as a favorite, but this book is just so consistently good. And this issue took a look at her finding out that she is inhuman and, finding out the extent of what her powers can do. They finally sat down and explained it to her, an inhuman doctor did, and where they told her, sit back, this is something you need to let us handle. She has that Spider-Man sense of responsibility without having to have the tragic accident happen first.
Right.
So she is gung-ho in trying to defeat her first major villain there.
Cool. What was your favorite from last week, Buzz?
I had 2, but I'll go with this one. I actually read Earth 2, World's End, #1 and 2, even though 1 came out the week before, but fell behind. But anyway, really enjoyed it.
Cool.
Huntress and Power Girl are back in the Earth 2 universe, and but Apocalypse is attacking Earth again.
Okay.
And they sent some Furies, and one of them looks strikingly like Starfire from orange skin, green eyes, very young.
The Temerian,
but she never really uses her powers like another. She just is like kung fu ninja with the swords and everything, and just puts down everybody pretty much except for like Green Lantern, Flash, and Hawkgirl and Dr. Fate aren't there. But Superman, Batman,
how you take that
Power Girl, Huntress,
okay,
she puts them under her control with her weapons. She like cuts Power Girl, Huntress, and Red Tornado. They're all under her control, and they put the beat down on Batman and Superman. Yeah,
really?
So yeah, Batman and Superman are laying on their backs at the end
Has
of this
Fury
year.
made her way back into the story yet?
Her and let me see, who was that with her? Yeah, she
Nick
keeps.
Barda or someone? No.
Yeah, Barda. Yeah, right. Yeah, they're together there.
Okay, awesome.
Another
Good
big point in this book was Mr. Miracle, Mr. Terrific, and Sloane are all under. Let me see, what's his name? Bedlam's control.
Yeah.
Mr. Miracle has been working to get this to happen, and he and Sloane go inside of into Sloane's mind and fight Bedlam inside of Sloane's mind, and they take them out. Bedlam is done.
Good. Because
Mr. Miracle, Mr. Terrific, and Sloan are all free now, so they
all
can,
three good characters.
They can join the DC universe.
Very cool.
Universe, yeah.
Very cool. That sounds exciting. I had a chance to check those out. My favorite from last week, Deadly Class number 8.
That's a good one.
That was epic. That was like the gut punch I have been waiting for from this series for a while, because it's been hinted at. You know this kid's got a past,
right?
And there's a connection between that nasty-looking guy that's been chasing after him and doing horrible things to goats. So we got to find out exactly what that point of contention was with this issue, and it was epic. It was epic, epic. That was my favorite of the week.
Yeah.
Moving on, we're going to hit a couple of our favorites that are hitting the shelf this week. Randy, what do you want to start off with?
I'm going to start off with The Wicked and Divine number 5 coming out here. And all I have to tell you about this is it's showtime, because that's all they have to tell us about it. We wrapped up our first story arc there. I think they may have put out their first trade. I'm not sure. I might have missed it if they did. But Lucifer is free, and the gods are going to go crazy.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all you get with that. With what's going on with that. Yeah. Buzz, what's one that you're looking forward to?
Starlight number 6. It's
the
last issue of the series.
Yeah.
And they're wrapping it up. There's a traitor amongst them who looks a lot like James Dean. I don't know if that
exactly.
But anyway, this is the last issue. Time to put up or shut up.
Exactly. What I'm probably going to read first is Walking Dead 133. Because at the end of that last issue, I'm going to go ahead and spoil it now, but we got to see people that are like living and surviving under this, wearing the skins of the dead, and gross. Walking around as zombies themselves and mingling with them to survive.
So we know what the whispering is now.
Exactly. So all this whispering these characters have been talking about, it's not the zombies themselves, it's people dressed up as zombies. So that's... And I got to see a recent interview with Kirkman, and he was talking about how we just get to see Rick Grimes and how they've survived. And this is going to be kind of a look at how other people have survived, how dark it may be.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that. Walking Dead 133. What's next for you, Randy?
I've got Harley Quinn number 11. I'm usually not a reader of Harley Quinn, but Power Girl has crash landed from space into Coney Island with a bad case of amnesia.
Okay.
What's going to happen? Well, you have Harley Quinn finding, I guess, this memory lost Power Girl and saying, "Hey, we're best buds." We'll see what goes on with that. The only thing that's sad to me about this, I get an Amanda Conner cover with Power Girl, but I don't get the Amanda Conner art on the interior. The Chad guy, whoever it is, draws it. Very talented artist, but I love Amanda Conner's work.
Exactly. What about another one from you, Buzz?
Got to go with Earth 2 Worlds End number 3. Why not?
He set us up for that one.
Yeah.
What's going on with this one?
Hawkgirl and Dr. Fate are on their way to London. Dr. Fate's helmet is telling them something's going on in London. Some new presence is there. Hawkgirl assumes it is one of the Furies, like the one that came from the other place and took out, Superman and all them. So, could be somebody different. I don't know. But Dr. Fate's helmet's in control, and we're going to find out.
It's Wildcat.
What's up in there? We can only hope.
It's Wildcat.
Why has he not shown up there? He's one of the big 3 of the classic JSA.
Yeah.
Wildcat, Green Lantern, and the Flash.
Yeah,
he deserves his own story arc.
Maybe he will. There's still a ton of issues coming of this particular series. Up next for me, Lazarus number 12. We're still at the big meeting of all the families. We've seen where the Carlisle son has been taken in by the Hawk family and tortured because they're looking for something specific from them. And we get to see with this issue, the meeting continues, as well as Jacob Hawk, the leader of the Hawk family, his plans to destroy the Carlisle family continue as well. This is a fantastic series.
I think it has to do with longevity.
Exactly.
That they're looking for. Last up for me is Secret Origins number 6. Not a DC book I usually pick up, just like Harley Quinn is not. But this one here has the Wonder Woman creative team. They are just about to finish up their story in the Wonder Woman book. But first, they're going to take this little segue, and they're going to tell the secret origin of Diana Prince. Cool. It's going to be one of the good ones. If you're a fan of Deadman or Sinestro, you have those secret origins happening in there as well.
Very cool. And guys, I think we're going to wrap it up with that. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. And look, tell us what you're looking forward to from the storylines, the new number ones, and your favorites. Tell us in the comments below because we want to know so we can talk to you about the great stuff. Thanks for watching. Thanks again for Buzz showing up and having some fun with this episode. We really appreciate it. And that's it for this week, guys. Remember, you can always follow what we're doing at ExcaliburCCG.com. We are here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Don't forget our store in Texarkana, Texas. Thumbs up, subscribe, follow us on Facebook.
Answer the question
of the week. We want to know the scary movie that broke you. I like that. I'm just going with that.
I'm thinking when I'm a guest star on the show from now on, I want to do like a new intro, like on the old Batman show, where like Batgirl drives across the screen on the little moped. Maybe like on a Segway or something.
Don't forget, guys, if you haven't seen our Banned Books episode, the links are down below in the description from the past several videos we've uploaded. Be sure and check out our Banned Books episode and comment there as well. That's it for this week, guys. Guys and gals, thanks for watching. Be safe, take care, read great comics, and we will see you in our next video.
Or girls.
Bye-bye.
Well, you gotta call them gals.
Gals. Guys and gals. Why not? It's kind of fun.
It's kind of dated.
It is, ain't it? I kind of like that. I'm vintage like that.
You're vintage.